Oh, we're gonna make some drum and bass. Welcome back in the studio. So, some thoughts today about what I want to do in here. I want to take this Digitech and I'll move it up here. And there's another effects unit that I want to put on top of it. And so I'm going to do that now. So, I always use a hand screwdriver whenever I'm screwing things or unscrewing things into the rack, because, and also I always undo the opposite screws, because if you were to undo these two, the whole rack mount unit would just drop down, whereas if you do just one at a time opposite sides, then it stays in place long enough for you to put your hand underneath it. I do want access to the front panel for programming, but I just need to program it once really. This effects unit has the operating system from hell, to quote Junkie XL. Oh, look, it's plugged in. Alright, there we go. We're going to just chuck it in the rack up here. Trying a new thing on YouTube, I think, to do long form content but not really care about it too much, and just, you can just be in the studio with me hanging out in the studio with TC while he plugs things in and sorts out his rack, and then probably some tune making. But there might be some episodes where I don't really talk very much because I just want to get on with it. I'm just going to film it anyway. Had a good weekend this weekend. I played Della Soul Festival. It was pretty good. It was interesting. Clips was playing before me, and before him was Aries. I had a good chat with Aries. When I was walking in, Aries was playing Where's My Money. He's done a remix of it, which I really like. There we go. Actually, that looks really good, doesn't it? So yeah, we're going to have another effects unit on the top above that, which is living down here. I did have this rack, this shelf here for the keyboard, but I kind of realised I'm not really a keyboard guy. I don't really use a keyboard that often, and I preferred it when it had more leg room underneath. So this is coming out. The other reason why I think it's a good idea to record all this stuff is because I'll actually get something done. Because I am a serial procrastinator. It's terrible how much I seem to procrastinate. I think a lot, and probably shouldn't think so much. I'm sure a lot of artists are the same, but you have a lot of thoughts that go into your head. So yeah, this weekend it was Random Concept. I think 20 years of Random Concept, which was nice to see Gary Kay as well. And DJ Hype was on after me, and he was in a good mood, which is nice. And he had this remix of In the Grind, Drum Sound and Bassline Smith, that he opened his set with, which I want to get my hands on. Whether I'll be able to get it, I don't know. But I'll try my hardest. That's cool, isn't it? That's better. I work in a very small space, but yeah, that feels a lot better. I want it to be like a battle station. is my thoughts about this setup system. Gonna have to pull the whole rack out in a minute. Just getting these screws out. When you use, as I was saying a minute ago, when you use a power drill on rack units, they have a tendency to be a little bit powerful, and then what happens is these little clips spin around and you'll never get them out again. There was a couple of times on this main unit where I actually stripped the screws on there. Right, the power's plugged into the back of there. And I had to use a tool to get the screws out, which you basically drill it out and then you put this backwards threaded kind of drill bit in there and it pulls the screws out. I'm taking these clips out now, putting them in the right spot. I've got a box full of these somewhere. I always seem to be like sacrificing some for others. There's also a tape machine that I want to put into this rack, like a cassette deck, which I think I want to live here. But whether that will give me enough space for the laptop, I'm not sure. So maybe all this needs to go up, but we'll see. I could do actually, because I could take that out. The only thing is I've got this spacer in here because at the back there wasn't enough space to get to the MIDI connectors on the back of this eMagic AMT8. This Lexicon is actually decent, it's not bad. It's like the cheapest one they do, but there is even like a USB application so you can talk to it via USB. Might try and get that, but I think it's, see, I'm in this battle between 64-bit and 32-bit software at the moment. Basically this is all 32-bit, that can run both, and some tools for the older gear is 32-bit only. Most of it is 32-bit only. I was messing around on Logic 4.3 I think it is, and there's so much stuff you can do in there in MIDI, systems exclusive and all that stuff. Right, it sounds like my little baby son is shouting at my missus for some reason, don't know why. he's moaning. Right, so the goal today is to get these two effects units into Lexicon and TSR on the desk. I've got a loom which is perfect for it, with all the right connectors here. So the whole system has to come out. I'll get the power plugged in as well. That is the vibe that we are rolling today, and we are slightly time constrained. I feel a bit naked without any socks on, but I guess it's happening. Little box of cables here, gonna go under here. We need some more light. There we go. Phew. There's not much space in this room. Oh. And the floor is a bit slippery. And the tape deck is going to sit on this, I think. So it's one of those very exciting YouTube videos where you're just hanging out. We're just making little adjustments, little improvements every day. That's what this is all about. So desk coming out, and I'll flip the rack round. So here we go. Desk comes out. Make sure I can still get round, and then the whole rack is on wheels, and we now have access. There we go. Cable management is not the best at the moment. Also, I've got all these the opposite way round than you would think. And I'm thinking I want to swap them all over. And the second EMU is not balanced, and I think it's making it noisy. So I'm going to go look for a balanced cable, balanced loom. So I'm going to take all the cables out of the second EMU, and here I've got all the cables attached to a cable tie on the desk, because I just feel like there's a lot of strain that happens to cables, and I want things to live as long as possible. So let's take this loom. This loom is coming out of the system. First day barbecuing today. It was a good day. Right, so can we get to, yeah, we can get to those. This rack was configured for other stuff. This might actually work. I was trying to keep the power on the sides, so if there's a spare, what have we got going on here? Tracking cables. Oh, that's the laptop. Okay. We've got a try and neaten it all up. Need some more cable ties really. But let's see if we can't get, might have to open the door. Oh, we're in May. Beautiful. I don't know, I would probably watch this if I was into... I love this kind of content on YouTube, just where people are just getting on with stuff and just chatting. So that's what's happening. So we've got some sends and some returns on the back of this. So it's going to be Augs 1 and 2 to the TSR. So Augs 1 and 2, purple and blue. And the return is going to be back on here, returns. I'm guessing that's return 1 and 2. Does it say return? Stereo return 1. We'll go green and yellow. Right, let's get that plugged in the other end, and then right, so that's going to be the TSR, purple and blue for the sends, purple and blue. That's going to be input. And then returns are green and yellow. Main output. There we go. That is plugged in. Right then. So then we want the sends for the Lexicon. And it's going to be aux 3 and 4. We'll go red and black. And orange and white. So red and black are going to the input. And the remaining ones onto the output. And there you go. Sends and returns sorted. And I didn't put it through the cable tie, so we'll just unzip that tie. Sorted. Nice. So there we have it. That is the 2 effects units plugged in. Now I need to go find a balanced loom. So I'm going to do that and come back. Right, I'm back with some cables. Got this very old balanced cable, but it all adds to the flavour. Maybe go unbalanced out of this Akai. Does it say whether it's balanced or not? Not sure. This one has been stripped, so it might need some more cable ties. It's also very long. We'll just do it, whatever, innit? I hate electrical tape. Yeah. Right, that is all the 8 channels for the E6400 emulator. I think we've got a builder coming over in a minute. There's always something going on in this house. Always something going on. Right. That is in there. I also want to take a direct out of this desk. Ideally, on the solos, there's an output on this so you can solo the channels when you're working on them to do EQs and that kind of stuff. Right, we're going green, yellow, red, black, green. Let's make sure we do this the same sort of pathway. Green, yellow, red, black, Green, yellow, red, black. I'm going to have to swap these channels around and make it make more sense. And then we're going orange, grey, blue, white. Orange, grey, blue, white. There we go. Orange, grey, blue, white. All in properly. So, white, purple, red, orange. We're going to do this. White, going to use these. Purple, red, orange, yellow, green, grey, blue. Yellow, green, grey, blue. And then I'm going to just move these over to the line-ins. It's like working in an old telephone exchange. Apparently these are the same plugs that they used to use in old telephone exchanges. Put these down. Nearly there. Yeah, come on, bruv. Right. That is nice. So now we've got the E6400 Ultra from 1 to 8 and the other sampler from 9 to 16. And hopefully, what I was getting was a lot of noise on the unbalanced cables. I'm wondering whether it's just the shitty old sampler because it's older than the E6400 Ultra, or it could be that it was the cables. So that's what we're going to find out in a minute. I'm just going to wrap this cable up. With a handy zip tie. I think that sounds like a builder's here. Zippy, zippy. There we go. Right, so that is the emus both plugged in. The effects are in. The next thing to go in is going to be, there's 2 compressors that need to go in the rack at the top. So I'm going to do that too. And then I'll have like a master bus compressor and another compressor. And I'm looking for, there's an Elysia EQ I want to get for like a master EQ that goes over the main mix. So let's just pop this back a bit. And to get a screwdriver and get the other bits out. So I want this SC 2.2 out and up the top. And there's a SSL-G bus compressor there as well, which maybe I'll put up there. Have to see. I'm not too bothered about the SSL right now. I might just have the Joemeek on the whole mix. Just a little bit of Joemeek. Joemeek was a producer from the 1960s. In fact, should we have a little read about Joemeek? Quite an interesting guy. There he is. Let's look at his Wikipedia. Robert George Joemeek, born on the 5th of April 1929, died on the 3rd of February 1967, was an English record producer and songwriter, considered one of the most influential sound engineers of all time, being one of the first to develop such ideas as the recording studio as an instrument, and becoming one of the first producers to be recognised for his individual identity as an artist. Meek pioneered space age and experimental pop music, and assisted in the development of recording practices like overdubbing, sampling, and reverberation. What a legend! Look at this guy. Charting singles Meek produced for other artists include Johnny Remember Me, John Layton, 1961, Just Like Eddie, Hines, 1963, Angela Jones, Michael Cox, 1960. I have to have a little listen to some of those. Meek was affected by bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. His commercial success as a producer was short-lived, and he gradually sank into debt and depression. On the 3rd of February 1967, using a shotgun owned by musician Heinz Burt, Meek killed his landlady, Violet Shenton, with whom he had argued over loudness in his studio, which he rented from her, and then shot himself. Bloody hell. That's dark. Fucking hell, bruv. Is that why so I'm going to show you something on this compressor in a second when I got it out of the rack mount. On the compressor there is a button on here called dark mode. Do you think he engaged the dark mode? We need the clips as well. There's a set of clips here, let's use those. Clip number 1, clip 2, 3, and 4. These compressors are like 500 quid on eBay, and look at how stupid they are. Like, what kind of a stupid little rack mount is that? And how long is it until Behringer do a clone? What do you guys think of the Behringer clones? Put your thoughts in the comments. I've never heard any of them, but what's going on here? There we go. Squeezing it in. Bosh. Yeah, that's quite good, doesn't it? These things, they got a sound to them. It's not like you'd want to use them on every single sound, but there's definitely a thing going on in there. There's some dark energy, obviously, from reading that Wikipedia. Fucking hell, bruv. There we go. Oh, we're gonna make some drum and bass. Right. Sorted. And there is... we need to sort out power for the Lexicon, and maybe a bit of MIDI for the effects units, because I've been discovering that in Logic you can create sort of environments, so you can control different bits of MIDI gear using systems exclusive or program control messages or whatever they are. So the Lexicon is there. Here's the thing. I wonder if I can't just find it back here and just wheak it. tweak it up to there, like that. Alright. And then we just need another kettle plug, which I think I found one here, and it's got a cable tie attached. And there it is. Alright, so they're all plugged in power wise. It's not pretty. Needs to be prettied up a little bit at some point. I love these power distribution units, they're so good. Oh, that guy's on. You can control the Akai's fan speed from within the settings menu. I'll show you that now. It's the little things. And utilities, system setup. Where is it? Preferences, fan speed. So you can have slow or fast or normal. I usually run it slow. Hey, these have come on as well, though. There you go. Oh, mate. I've had this in the doctors a few times. Oh, it needs a bit of a clean as well, really. It's been stuck at the bottom of a rack. So, how can we test them? With a test tone. Master. Utilities. Tones. 1000 Hertz should be whacking out of there at 0 dB. There it is. There it is. So let's see if it's. There's the Lexicon. We'll put it up to 0. And we have -6 here. Scratchy pots, but it's there. Nice. And is it coming back? The sends are there. Where's the returns? Here. Yeah, looks like it's coming out. I can never tell really if these effects units do anything in stereo. Honestly. I think it depends on what setting you're on. Go to the user setting. I think I would have set it in stereo. Have to check it with some sound really. Let's check the input of the other effects unit. Whack it up to 0. Yeah, that is very loud. Got left in and right in. There we go. That is not calibrated in any way, shape or form, is it? Nice though. Put it on the first program, there we go. Alright, we've got 2 effects units. Banging. Might as well check the outs on here with a little test tone. Utilities, tones. Yeah, nice. They're all working. Proper. So, there's a big gap under there now. I was wondering if I could get a gap enough for me to get my feet under there. And then be properly in the battle station. Oh look, you can see me. I wonder if this has come online. watch the AMT8. What's the time? We're going nearly an hour. So I'm running Windows Vista on this machine. I've got Logic 5.3. Got the two emus on my auto load now. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the screens on the emus. They're very bright. On camera they're very bright, which means they're probably kicking out some kind of horrible frequencies of light that shouldn't go into your eyes. Sounds about right. So I guess I could get myself a pair of insert cables to go into the Joemeek and put that either on a bus or on the main outs. I reckon the Akai could come down a couple of notches, which is no small job. But it would make it so that it would be easier to use. It'd be quite cool if this whole screen could just flip down and be like at an angle facing down. I wonder if that's something I could work out. Be like an overhead panel then. Be so sick to have an overhead. There's quite a lot of programming that needs to happen with that Digitech, but as I said earlier, it's a nightmare. Right, I'm going to get myself a drink. I'll be back in a bit. Right, I'm back in. Eat meat. Okay. Got a drink. Let's do something. Oh. So, oh, this thing's cool. Look at them lights. Like an old computer or something. So I still didn't get the cables for this. I have to do that tomorrow. But I can. I've got two cables here. The purple ones. Let's turn the lights on. So I've got two cables here, purple ones. And these are to go from the desk into my AD converters, so that I can hear what I'm doing through the speakers, mainly for your benefit. Normally I would be making tunes on headphones a lot of the time on this, but it's good to have it in the speakers as well. So ideally what I want is for it to come out of local monitor, because with local monitor, when you've got solo on, you can solo any channel and it will actually solo it through the out, and then this is your monitor control here, and then it's independent of the master fader. Bruv. I think I'm gonna just chuck this cable over the top of that bit of sound equipment. Don't judge me, but I like a nice cigar, and I need to buy some more of these humidifier packs. I've actually put it on my rider to get Cuban cigars. This is a Bolivar from Cuba. Anyway, which end? We'll do each one separate. I wonder if the monitor out is even an XLR. We will find out. Matrix, yes it is. Monitor 1. This desk is so good. It's annoying and it's big and it's stupid, but there's certain things about this desk that are really nice. Monitor 2. I really want to get the tape machine in there. I know that when I start recording stuff to tape, it's going to add another dimension. Tape is such a weird and amazing thing. Right. I guess I just want to tweak it over the top of the rack. Start off with. Hey. And we're heading over here. So, as with a lot of things in my studio, it ain't pretty, but it is what it is. I'm not too precious about the way things look, as you can probably tell. There we go, it's done. So, I guess we can test it with a tone generator. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do, going up there. That's alright. As long as the cables are out of the way. Tone generator's on. And put the monitor up. If we go over to the AD converter here, we should be able to get input. Analog input. I mean, it is. Oh, it's on loop back. Open up the ADI2 remote, line in. It says loop back active, so it's definitely going to the input. Did I get the output of the desk wrong? Oh, I did. Local right, local left. Ah. Yeah, there you go. That's a big old signal, isn't it? That is not mono. See, these desks have got funny pan law as well. It's all part of the fun. But that is signal. Now I need to work out how to hear it. I don't know if there is a way to do it within the ADI 2 Pro, but there might be. Let's ask Google, can you just having a read? I mean, I know I can do it in Logic, but then you're just listening to the sound of modern Logic and it sucks. But might be the way to do it for now. Or I could use Audio Hijack, I suppose. Let's do that. New blank session, input device, output device, ADI 2 Pro, ADI 2 Pro. Make sure it's not going to bust my ears. Run it. There you go. Alright, so zero's hitting a bit of distortion, but hey, we have sound. Now, I did start a little tune on here the other day, so I load it up. Load file, save that as the auto load. File, open recent, there it is, close. Ah, no MIDI. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart this computer. Ah, man, I set up the barbecue today and I did a couple of steaks and some chicken, and I got this Chinese 5-spice chicken seasoning, not chicken seasoning, just Chinese 5-spice seasoning. Oh my god, meat on the barbecue is just a whole different experience. Fucking hell. Literally was the best bit of steak that I've had in months. I don't know how I could cook steak or chicken any other way now. Absolutely, it was just, I didn't even prep it, so I just literally bit of salt on the steak, and it wasn't even room temperature, just bosh onto the grill, and it just was. Even my missus, and she's like quite critical, she's like, this is a good bit of steak. Don't get me wrong, I don't eat steak that often, because it's not cheap nowadays. I must have spent £10 on 2 steaks. And it was ribeyes. Oh, it's so exciting to be in here. I want to drop this down so it's more. Might do that tonight. It's quite a job. It might be worth using a rack shelf underneath it, just so that it can rest on something, and then make the maneuver. Right. Let's see if, I mean, shit, I don't know if this is any good. There's some really interesting stuff that I'm really looking forward to showing you about this Emu, and how quickly it is to build a tune in there. Sounds good, actually. Where's the bass on that? Oh, it's coming out of here now. Ah, I got none of the EQ. Definitely needs like more snare, something to go over the snare. So I guess I'll just reset these EQs here. I suppose I could have copied them, but okay, so it definitely needs like some snare support, that kind of stuff. It's kind of running still, man, and it's just exciting. food noise. I wonder what that sounds like up an octave. So one of the things I've done, which is really cool, on this computer I set it up so that just J will join the clips together. On this one it's Shift or Control J. Control J. I'm actually going to change that now because I use it differently. So Control J, merge objects, merge objects, digital mix down. So I'm going to learn the key and just go J. Because why do you need to have Shift or Control on things that you use all the time? So I'm always joining clips together. So just have J as the join. Doesn't need to be Control J. And it just makes everything so much simpler. Now, that's coming out of 3 and 4. Why has 3 and 4 not got more effects on it? Effects A. Because I was making it in headphones, and actually headphones, you hear the effects a lot more, and actually the headphones are right usually when it comes to the effects levels. Speakers are always a little bit So there is like when you go to tuning, solo mode, synth last, or is it finger glide? Yeah. Let's save that. I don't know if you can see this screen, to be honest. Oh yeah, look at that, okay. Ooh. That was a mistake. Oh, save that. Probably doesn't need the top break either. And you got this. Really want to just have the editor on the second button here. Screen sets. So in Logic, there's a thing called screen sets that you can lock. So the buttons across the top here will save your layouts of your different screens. So I just got it now, I just did it then, where 2 is the MIDI editor and 1 is the arrange page. I wonder if we need this. Oh. Need a cymbal or something. So FG here, G0 is what we want to be aiming for. So I've got this other PC here and SoundForge, and I think if I grab these and I take this sound card here, it's got the mic plugged into it. If I just chuck it under here for now, and I grab these two here from the output into there, and then open up a symbol of some kind, TC, Sound Archives. Let's go for inbox samples. Festival toolkit, drum hits, perk. Oh, maybe tops. And let's see if we can't sample one of them. New. Is it playing out? Let's open it and then just loop it. Have we got loop back enabled? Something here. It is coming out. It's going out of ADAT. We want it to come out of it. There we go. I mean, that is a nice sound. I'll definitely have that. So then just arm it. It's got 1 second sample there. We'll do like 2 seconds. Arm. And then we'll do truncate both. And I think it's going to do it automatically. G0. Group gang, which I think is what it's on. Yeah. And we just place it. It truncates it, which means it chops the beginning and the end off. And then it should be let's actually spread it too far across the thing, so what we have to do is edit this key group here. Voices. We're in the wrong thing. Gang. Edit. And if we actually go here, we'll see it. Because it will be spread across too many keys. There it is. So high, we'll go down to G. G0. There. And what's that there? Oh, mistake. Okay. So that was the kick. So actually you kind of fucked it, to be honest. So what you can do if you fuck it up, just load what you just saved. Yes. And start again, do it again. So yeah, you fucked it, mate. So because you weren't on the right preset. So you want to be on the right preset, then do the sampling. Really only need 1 second. Done. Just going to put it there. Group. Well, multi-sample is not what you want. You want one key voice. And there, it's done it now. So let's try that. And there it is. So if I go back here, I might normalise it. I've got repeaters here, so repeat it once. Repeat 2 more times. So, is this a sample? Yeah, edit, tools, edit, tools 3 is gain, yeah, both. Okay, 22 dB again it wants. It's done it, so this can be fucking loud. Nice. Save that. Definitely add something. I gotta say, this AMT8, when I got the driver for it to run on this Asus, was just, it was euphoric. I wonder what it's like, the timing on Yakai is like now, because the timing has always been a bit funny, but that was when I was running it off a Mac. I wonder if running it off the PC with the proper drivers works better. We load up at Amen. It's not plugged in. I need to get I'm going to get 8 outs running into these channels here, I think. Yeah, I definitely need to get this Akai down one. It'll be like here then, and like more easier to use. Maybe like a mentasm, so I get a mentasm. I got some of those. Sounds 5. Mentasm work, here we go. So, new sample, new sample.
See, unwashed fried rice, yeah. How would the blood clot this? Egg in the future. How much egg that? Rice. You wash your rice? Go wash your rice. Fried rice in the future. Blood clot. I want that chicken. Where's he put in there? I want them wash their meat in the future. Soy sauce.
We say anyway, we want. We say anyway. Shikata. Galima. I want more.
Oh, I wonder if that would work in this tune. Oh, mate.
We say.
That one. Okay. New. What do you reckon? 3 seconds. Arm it. That's it. Got it. Want to do multi-sample. And what if you do? If you target an empty group and you do like C4, C5, put the original key up to C3 and C1 on low key, it will spread it across the keys for you. And we can truncate and normalize it, absolute, place, call it lentasm. The buttons here, M, E, it's like an old Nokia phone. Done. Truncating, normalized, and it should be ready to go. Unfortunately, I'm not that set up here to make new channels. I should set it up properly, so I'm actually might just do that. So if I go to here and I hit H and new multi-instrument, and I do there and I turn on all the channels, and then I select that multi-instrument here, instrument, multi-instrument there, and then I just, yeah, and I should be able to just drag these up to here. It should play. Oh, you got a sub bass one. Cool. And then I can just get rid of these here. And 6 should be on there. Do. should be able to just repeat that 3 times. Hey, hey, hey! Alright, save that. Always save as you go. Fucking sick. I didn't really get a chance to check out these effects, so let's solo up these drums. We'll do it on here actually. So that is this effects unit now. Wow. Just a little bit of it. I need to sort out a better way of having this camera mounted to my head, really. Oh fuck! A delay would be really cool. Just sounds like the old school, mate. So that Mentasm thing, I don't know how I've got it set up in here actually at the moment, but I think 21 or 22 is the MIDI A. So if we go MIDI, controls, yeah, 21 is MIDI A. So if we go MIDI A to the frequency of the cutoff and we set it up with a high pass, so edit voice, filter, 4th order high pass, chords, filter frequency, and then we'll take this down to MIDI A. There, up to 100%. Then, if we go in here and move this over here, so we've got this. And we want hyper edit, hyper draw, other 21. Oh my gosh. A lot of the mix down is done in this page. Save it. These old samplers have, sometimes the emus get funny and they like do this sort of weird corruption thing, so you have to save all the time. Logic not so much, I haven't had any problems with it. You find yourself doing a lot more in the edit of the MIDI than you would if you were doing audio stuff. Ooh, shit.
Harrison?
Ooh. I wonder what that sounds like higher. So many samples. So I might make... I'm getting into it now, innit? And it is 10:15. So I'm going to have to head to bed soon. But, yeah, not a bad day, really. I'm going to edit this up and stick it on YouTube, I think. And then try and make some kind of social networking video to update where I'm at with this, and then link to the YouTube. And thanks for watching, and hit subscribe or something. I don't know. I'm so shit at this. Yeah, there you go. So yeah. Hello. So yeah, hit like and subscribe, and I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me for the day. Got a few things done. Got some stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm going to try and do it again and just see how long I can keep doing this. So yeah, nice one. Thanks for watching.